Hi everybody, it's Coach Elizabeth and welcome to another episode of Monday Morning Manifestation. Today we're going to talk about the 3 warning signs of poverty mentality. So if you're somebody who has, maybe come from humble beginnings and you've never really had a whole lot of money and you don't really understand why, this whole why not me, examine yourself and see if you have any of these warning signs that you might have a poverty mindset, which might be blocking the abundance from coming into your life and you really creating that wealth that you've always wanted. Because we're always kind of programmed, right? When we're little, when we're learning, things in our lives will kind of mold us to have a certain mindset. So it's really one, are we programmed to succeed, or are we really just trying to avoid failure? So we'll dive into that. But the first one is first warning sign that you might have a poverty mentality is that you're fixated on money, or more so a lack thereof. So I know this is something that I focused on a lot, especially when I was right out of college and I wasn't making a lot of money. But all I kept doing was complaining about how I didn't have money and I wanted money. And I really was concerned on how much everything costs. And it was way past the level of just being financially responsible. It was really, being cheap with myself and constantly focusing on the money that I didn't have and feeling like it wasn't very fair. So that's the first warning sign. If you've ever done that or you do that often, you might have poverty mentality. The second one is that you hate rich people. I did a little clip on this a couple of days ago, and I told the story of how my daughter, just at 6, had already labeled rich people as bad. And it was really jarring to me. And I don't know where she learns this, but I think it's just our culture. We really villainize rich people. But what's going to happen then when you start to get money is you're going to have this internal conflict, right? So you might start creating this wealth and abundance into your life, but then internally you hate rich people. You think that they're bad, right? Or maybe you're always going to try to keep up with the Joneses and you're jealous of somebody else's things versus what you have in your life. Once you start to make money, even if you shift your mindset a little bit to the point where you start making money, if you secretly hate really rich people, moguls, then you're probably going to self-sabotage in a way that you actually lose that money. So we see this a lot with lottery winners, right? They get this money, but subconsciously something's happening with them that they are uncomfortable with it because maybe they attribute money as bad, as the root of evil, what have you. So therefore they lose it rather quickly, surprisingly. So really start to admire people who've created wealth for themselves. Especially self-made people. I really look up to entrepreneurs who have just fucking crushed it and they did it on their own. And those should be people that we should be looking up to. We really shouldn't be villainizing them because hopefully one day you're going to be in that scenario and you don't want to do anything that could try to make you self-sabotage and end up losing it. So the third warning sign that you might have poverty mentality is you might do a lot of fear-based decision making. So you're really more focused on loss, right? Losing the money that you have or failure versus thinking about other ways that you can continue to be prosperous. You're so, focused on holding on to what you have and, fear of losing it that you can't allow any more bandwidth in your brain to think of other ways to make more money. So this is kind of like the person that is so focused on the $10 that they lost versus the $100 that they made, right? This is the person who sits at Costco waiting for that parking spot in the front instead of fucking driving around and taking the 1-minute walk to actually get to the end point, right? They're just sitting there focused on the wrong thing. Sorry, that was a little side rant. I don't know why people do that. Just park wherever and walk. Or manifest a great parking spot, one or the other. But these are little mindset shifts that if you start doing, I think that you'll start to feel better about money. And when you feel better about money, money comes to you. So that is my little tip for you this week. I hope everybody can work these things into the day. And the first step of getting over poverty mentality is awareness. So you already took the first step by watching this video and identifying some of these behaviors, and hopefully you can work to change them. Okay, I hope you have a great week. Go out there and crush it, and I will be right here for you next Monday.